welcome to episode 34 of Anime UK Show. And this week we've got an array of animes, including the one that I promised Damien we'd watch. But let's come to that later. So we looked at first Gaist Crusher. Alex, you explain what it's about.
Simply put, it's based off of the Capcom games, which aren't in the UK, annoyingly, on the DS.
Thank God.
In the future, there's turned out there's crystals underground that probably got a lot of power. They're not really explained in the first episode. But along these crystals, oh behold, creatures created from them are attacking the Earth. So to protect the Earth, what should we do? Let's get the crystals, make them into magical armour, and get kids to save the planet.
Save labour and it's free!
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole story, with ridiculous haircuts, which Aisha seems to love.
I do quite like Rekka's mohawk. I think there was a lot of texture involved. And I believe the eyes in this show were really nice. They had double layers of colours. You didn't just have green eyes, you'd have green with a dark green middle bit. Or you'd have purple eyes with a gold middle bit. I was liking the eyes. You can tell there was a really big budget for graphics because it's Capcom and Bandai, was it?
I think so, yeah.
No, Bandai, yeah. I didn't really like the 3D effect when they changed. Apart from that, it seemed alright. I just love how the leader is this big, over-the-top man who does nothing apart from shout. He's just like, Super Saiyan, look at my hair!
And crushing the equipment.
Crush him! And then he shouts those words like, he shouted, Kami. I was like, what the hell? Trademark?
Determination.
Kami! Firewolf! Oh, it was a lot of cliches. They want to sell toys, basically. I didn't think it was that ridiculous. Yes, the hair was bad. It reminded me of Pokemon. A lot of them had the same uniforms, and I was like, what, is that Team Rocket?
It was the same colour scheme as well.
Yeah, and I have to say, Rekka's sole point of the show was just to be thrown in the air. That's all he ever did. He was like Team Rocket. He was blasting off.
Get out of the way, kid!
Yeah, they just grabbed him. He'd just be flying. Loved it. Anyway, Harriet.
When I first saw the credits, I thought of Saint Seiya. I
Oh.
don't know. It just reminded me of like
The armour.
the knights, yeah. And then when I saw it, I thought, this isn't going to be what I think it is. Because I thought, it's going to be like involving like, I don't know, more legends. And I just thought,
No, it's just Digimon and
it is
disguise.
literally just Digimon crystallised. That's what I thought it was. And then I thought, oh god, it's like Digimon when they attack the city in like season 1. I thought, nah. I wasn't too keen on it though, to be honest. I'm not too fussed. I can understand why kids would like it though, especially like the power-ups. It's like the Power Ranger toys, you could easily get them and then just snap them
Buy
on.
the dragon.
That's it, yeah. No, not my thing.
Alright.
Sadly.
It was okay. I didn't particularly get into it that much because as I said, it's more aimed at kids, but it didn't seem as deep as like Digimon tends to go. Also, no, if you watch the original Digimon and the second season, it got really dark, and then later on, it got darker and
Was that
weird.
the one where like the kid was the villain, like another kid?
That was in the second season.
Yeah.
And then in the one of the ones which I watched after that was they had like cards. It was set in the real world.
No.
Yeah, that's season 3, they used the devices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like really traumatic. A lot of those kids were really traumatized.
that's it.
Yeah. So, but it seems a bit like not on like the level which I'm like on
Used
with
to.
kid shows.
昨日みたいにみんなを守ってくれるってだから頑張ってレッカ任せとけサンゴ
Next anime is Zombie Wa
Deska.
Deska.
Is it a zombie?
Yes, in English, is it a zombie? One of our listeners, Damien, recommended it. We were a bit put off, but what the hell? Oren, how did you get along with it?
I really enjoyed it. It's about this boy called Ayumi, and basically he was killed by this serial killer who's been killing a lot of people in the town which he lives in, and he got brought back by a basically a necromancer, and it's about him just living as a zombie. And it's like the way it starts off, I was expecting it to be, because everybody like last week was like, oh yeah, you're good like this one, aren't you? And then it's like, you know what that means. But, I really dug it. It was just about him living in a house with this deaf sight girl and going to school, and how everything would seem like normal. Like first, like the opening, it's like, oh, this is my friends and everything's normal, but it's like it's all a lie. And like there's this cat in the middle of a road, and he goes and saves it, and he gets hit by a truck. And then he like turns around like before he's about to hit, he's like, "Oh, it's all serious," and he's like, "Oh, I'm a zombie." And I was like, "Oh," and then he gets knocked. He gets hit by the truck, and all his clothes go flying off, and he flashes some girls, and I thought, this seems okay. And then later on, there's basically a magical girl turns up, and she defeats she goes to defeat she defeats a monster and ends up cutting him in half with her magical chainsaw when he's on like the lookout for his killer, because that killer's still at large. And she goes to try and erase his memory and ends up losing her powers, and he gains her powers. So now he can turn in basically has to fight a monster again. He turns into a magical girl with the whole magical girl sequence. So good.
We transformed.
The transformation sequence is amazing. The way he's like,
and he keeps the same uniform, so it's still a little frilly dress.
Yes, it's so good.
And the other girl's like, "Stop being so cute! Get down to the fighting!"
But there's later on you meet some other characters. There's a vampire ninja who turns up, who keeps on talking about her sword technique all the time. It's all she ever shouts out. But she hates Ayumi. But sorry, what's his name? Ayumu.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. But she hates him, calling him a piece of shit all the time. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm actually, even though it's some kind of fan servicey kind of stuff, I like that they did start it off with fan service with him as well. All about quality of fan service.
Yeah, because you see in the beginning credits there's loads of bouncing boobs, but it's really nice to see him be naked and be embarrassed.
They did a big crotch shot when he was in that dress. It's copying the crotch shot they did of the magical girl earlier on. It was great. So but no, it's really, really funny. I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was. As everybody explained it to be. I thought there was going to be a lot more TNA, and it was going to be...
No plot.
Yeah, but there seems to be a bit of a plot going on. He's a zombie looking for his killer. Just magical girls turn up at his house and live with him. It's really cool. I really like it. How do you guys like it?
I really liked it. Now, I've read the manga before, and I didn't really like it. I couldn't get into it. But I watched the anime and I loved it. It was just so funny. The beginning where he got knocked by the truck, and then I just thought, that toupee, well done. Perfectly timed placing with that. No, I really enjoyed it. I want to continue watching it, and I know there is a second season. So
2 seasons.
And I want to watch it all. I just really loved it. I love the girl,
Watch it with me.
the necromancer. She's just, she can't speak.
Oh yeah.
But she just keeps on writing notes saying, "I'm hungry." And all she does is just drink tea. That's all I saw in the first episode.
But his fantasies about her are hilarious. When he imagines her being really cute.
Oh yeah. He's such a creep sometimes. Oni-chan. It's
Alex, anything further?
I watched this when it came out, and I completely forgot that I did, and I remember how hilarious it was.
Already on to the second season.
You have to watch the second episode because the start is just hilarious. Because in the first episode, you know how it ends, and he's just standing in the middle of a whole crowd of people. He's gone, crap. I'm dressed as a magical girl, and the whole school can see me.
Yeah.
And so I think one person in the crowd goes, "Oh my god, that's disgusting!"
They start taking photos. Yeah.
And the next episode is just him doing in romance series where girls running away crying, and it's really dramatic looking face. It's him running away as a magical girl, and everyone taking photos.
Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
Just crying. Going, I'm a zombie dressed as a magical girl. Now my social life is ruined. It's just hilarious. It gets more and more stupid, and I will warn you now, there is a swimsuit episode.
With him, yeah?
With him as well, yeah.
Today's forecast.
Brains. What's wrong with my brains? If I don't pass this test, I'm screwed. Am I nuts? Trying to live life as a normal high school student when I'm actually one of the undead?
From a stupid anime to an anime with nothing going on would be Non Biyori. Harriet, tell us about what doesn't really happen in the show.
Do you know what it first reminded me of? It reminded me of when I first watched Higurashi. It was kind of the country life, all the kids. Basically, a girl called Hataru who moves to. Is it Hataru her name?
We can't even remember the names because it's so boring.
Hotaru Ichiju.
It is, yeah, Hataru. She moves to a school in the country. She moved from Tokyo. And everyone all around her, like the kids, they're all different ages, and the school she goes to, they're all learning different years. There's only 5 of them, I think, in all.
From different years.
Different years. So
All in one
she is the middle or the oldest, I forget. I don't know. I don't know how much.
We didn't care enough to look it up.
But she kind of discovers that like everything is different in the country. Like one example was when they said, "Oh, I've got a key to get home," and they're like, "You have a lock. We don't even have keys. We just leave our doors open."
That's so true. In every rural anime movie I see, there are no locks. They're just sliding doors. You just punch open. What is security? Have a guard raccoon. And there was a raccoon.
Oh, there was. Yes, there was. It's like, I'm gonna make it do tricks. It did nothing. Yeah, it's just stood there.
It was one ugly looking raccoon.
It was, wasn't it? It's not like the one you see in like normal
Cute stuff.
Cute stuff. There was a scene at the end that I liked where they were walking up the forest, and then when they saw the security, that was nice. I liked that, but apart from that, it really didn't give me that much oomph to watch anymore. But what did you think?
I thought it was going to be Azumanga Daioh. It was nothing. Nothing in comparison. I used to think in Azumanga Daioh there was too many characters. In this, there was like nothing. No characters. No cute animals. Ugly raccoon. And they do nothing with him. He just sits there. And that's the end of the raccoon. We're just going to walk up a hill now. And I lost all will to live at this point. Alex?
No, never again. I wasted a whole lot of time watching nothing.
Yeah, it happens. And Oren?
I didn't mind it actually. I thought it was going to be like a bit like Shiki.
Oh yeah.
Because it was set in the
Whole lot
same
of nothing, but
area.
something happens in Shiki.
Well, yeah, but I didn't actually mind the characters a lot. I thought, even though it was a bit like, as you said, slice of life school stuff, I don't think I'll watch any more of it. But yeah, that first episode I thought was pretty cute. There's some pretty funny moments where because it's all very serious, well not serious, but it's all very like level and normal, and then all of a sudden there's this like super dramatic anime stuff happen and stuff. So that's what I really liked. Like the bit with the raccoon where she was like, "Oh, and we could do tricks," and they did like the zoom in and the
It just
and then all of a
like a
sudden,
promo, yeah.
just like straight shot of that raccoon doing nothing. Like yeah,
Just sitting there, just doing nothing.
good one, raccoon.
Actually, Nashiki did remind me because I thought when that girl says, "Why am I living here?" and
Yeah.
I thought of the main girl,
So the pink-haired one.
Time for
Yeah.
some murder.
If only.
It would have made it more lively.
And
I think.
the girls kept saying, "We don't live in the countryside, do we?" It's like, no, we've got like one shop, and we've got this sweet shop. Obviously, we get magazines, but they're like 2 days late. We don't live in the countryside. And then at the end, where the girl's like, "Oh yeah, like blah blah blah. Oh, I live in the countryside." Then it was just like, "Oh," and then she's like, "Oh, I know it." It was really really good. I really like that. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
The bus scene reminded me of Totoro actually, where they're sitting and they've missed the bus, and like 5 hours later another bus comes. Good times. Alex?
Nope.
No, still no.
なんだってニャンパスどの道わけわからんなんなのそれニャンパスニャンパス
Okay, so we've come to the game section. Harriet, you've been playing the new BioShock. How is it?
Oh, it's amazing. As everyone knows, I love BioShock Infinite.
Try baby.
Yeah, the DLC came out on Wednesday. It's Burial at Sea. It's $11.99 on the PlayStation Network. I don't know how many points it is on Xbox or Steam, but I think it's probably around the same price. It's basically you play as Booker once again, and you see another version of Elizabeth. She comes to visit you. You're a private detective now. You have visions in the beginning of, well, not visions, you hear sounds of what happened in the last game, and if you haven't played it yet, why haven't you? So I'm not going to spoil anything. Basically, Elizabeth comes to visit you, asking you to look for a girl called Sally. And Sally is what you'd say, she's not a little sister, but she's one of these orphan girls in Rapture. And it is based in Rapture, which is amazing to see in high definition once again. What else? Trying to think. It's before. It happens before the first game. So the first episode is about 3 hours long. If you look through everything.
Get out of my way.
Sorry, Aisha's just losing on Mario Kart.
Shut up. Everything's flat.
So it's about 1.5 if you speed through it, 3.5 if you look around, which is what I did. As soon as I started, I looked around Warbooker's office and make sure I grabbed any coils. You have, instead of visors, you're back to the plasmas again. And I think you only have 4 in this one, and then after that you get a few weapons along the way. But it's really good if you're a big fan of the series, and I'd recommend it to anyone. The best thing to do though, they have the season pass of BioShock, which is about $15.99. That's your best bet to do, because you get the episodes 1 and 2, Burial at Sea, and you also get, I think, a couple of online games as well. I think Clash of the Powers is the other one. And the second episode should be coming out sometime next year. And it's playing now, it's so good. So, yeah, that's me.
Apart from BioShock, we also have something Oron's playing at the minute.
I am playing, basically one of my friends gave me a Christmas present a bit early. They gave me The Raven Must Speak, which is it's basically kind of like a detective game. It's like playing, like, is it Fargo? Have you ever watched Fargo or like Columbo?
Yeah.
Basically, there's this guy who's called the Raven. He's the master thief, and he steals all these important gems everywhere. And the game's set on a train. Well, the first chapter's set on the train, and you are like this portly looking detective. Well, he's not even a detective. He's just like a Swiss police officer dude. And he's helping this actual like detective who apparently shot and killed the Raven, who's like been in all the newspapers. But for some reason, you feel like he hasn't actually been killed because the detective guy's trying to protect this gem. But yeah, it's crazy though. The controls aren't that great for if you have a controller. Is what I've noticed. I get stuck in like walking in loops and getting stuck on walls, but no, it's actually pretty fun. There's really good voice acting. Some of the animation's a bit janky, and there's like a lot of glitching at times. But yeah, no, it's really fun. It's like I think £20.99 on Steam. But you can probably, if you don't want to pay that much now, you probably can get it on the Steam sale when it comes around. So.
Oh, just on a side note, I'm playing this game on the DS called Another Story. It's like similar to Adventure Time, this cartoon series. I've never heard of it. Anyway, it's a total rip-off of Mario, but with better graphics. You essentially play a blue bird and you jump on snails. So if you like snails, this is the game for you. I hate platforms. I hate driving games. I hate most games.
That's because you're losing.
Shut up.
I'm not doing any better. So.
I can relate to fighting games and RPGs. Anyway, back to my point. The graphics are really nice. You can see that it's a new kind of 2D version, but it's not as catchy as Mario, unfortunately. I give it a 1 out of 10. One game that you don't want to buy for 3DS ever. Stick to Pokemon.
Yes, and I completed that this week. Oh my gosh, I had a tear in my eye at the end of that ending. That was really good. Have you completed it yet, Aisha?
Moving along swiftly.
Oh!
And it falls down another hole.
Now on to the questions. First question from Lucas, was it?
Yes.
From Banff. Yes, from Banff, our brother podcast. Definitely listen to it if you're into comics and manly games. Injustice, basically. So his question was, which anime character would you marry?
Or game character.
Okay.
And game character. I don't know. I have a long list.
I'm just kind of going from my head. I can't
So am I.
I'm cheating and looking at the manga right now.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh man, there's so many.
Shigure from Fruits Basket. He's disloyal, but he'd be entertaining every day of my life. Perv on high school girls, you won't touch them, I'm
But
sure.
the last load of guys I was playing in a game with all dying. This isn't fair, character-wise.
Oh, one that survives, you mean?
But is there any left?
Oh man, I know. Who's my first anime boyfriend? Probably. But now he's too old for them now. No, because like, it's characters who, when you were like 16, 17, it's like, oh yeah, it's okay, because I'm that age. But now I'm like 24, it's like, I know.
So Ash Ketchum doesn't cut it anymore.
Because he's forever 10.
That's the most horrifying. I'm not sure.
What was you saying? First anime crushes. My first one was Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's kind of grown from there. So I suppose actually little Yuki, Yami Yugi, I'd have to say, because they're both very loyal, but they also care for their friends and
Have cool hair.
Yeah, that hair.
The first one I just thought of when he's just a floating hand. It doesn't count.
What?
What?
No, really, no. It's a TV series, and he's called Ankh. But for most of the series, he's a floating hand.
Oh yeah, no, he's
From Oz.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's really awesome, but he's really flamboyant and over the top. But he'd be a hilarious husband because he's like, yeah, forever. Have a whiny.
When you said the hand, I thought you meant the one from Smash Brothers, the one that goes
Pretty much similar to that, and will bitch slap you for everything else. It's like, fool, do it right. You'd be hilarious though.
Say maybe Gentaro from Kamen Rider Forze. Because he's delinquent, but he's hot gold.
And he's got forever got tons of friends.
Yes, he's just like, hey, I want to be best friends with you.
We both chose Rider people.
Yes. Rider people are the best. Or Meteor's costume. I just want to marry that costume.
Oh, and they're not real.
These are real, thank you very much.
Oh.
Unlike you. Your ones. Yeah, no, but it's a real outfit. They exist.
Real
And
outfit.
the belt. Meteor, ready. Okay.
So good. Okay, before they get carried away with actually sorting out the wedding, the second question was from Josh. What was that one?
Who do you think is the most overpowered character in anime? And I'm going to answer that straight away. Goku. From Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I was discussing this with Harry. It's either Goku or what was the other guy I said?
Oh, I forget, but I know Josh said Naruto.
Naruto.
Because he can defeat pretty
That
much
was it,
anyone.
Dante. Dante
Oh, yes.
from Devil May Cry.
Oh, but that's hilarious over the top. It's not like typical anime. Oh, I have an arse pole and I have got plot armor and I can do whatever I like. Or Dante's just hilarious.
How about then Frieza from Dragon Ball Z?
He
never
gets
dies!
chopped.
He never dies!
Yeah, he gets turned into a robot.
20
and then he gets
episodes
cut.
later.
You don't want to be Krillin from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
Poor Krillin.
Or Yamcha.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Never lives.
Or Vegeta as well. Well, Vegeta's another example of an overpowered character. No, to be fair, I've always joked about this. They just spend
Trunks
about
is
13.
technically overpowered as well.
Who is?
Trunks.
Yes,
He
that's true.
becomes weaker later on.
Yeah, but we
Cell
like
turns
him.
up. Yeah.
but
It's like they spend 30 episodes
Oh, no.
just staring at each
He's
other
my
and
first
then.
anime boyfriend.
Really?
hair.
Oh.
Bit short.
Everyone's a bit short. It's okay. I crouched down.
you can probably beat him in a fist fight later on.
Well, no, I can't because I'm a lady, and ladies aren't allowed to be stronger than anybody else.
Wait,
apart from
go-
Android 18.
No.
Pan is his granddaughter.
Yeah, granddaughter.
Yeah.
Pan is weak. She can't turn into a Super Saiyan.
I swear she.
Nope.
No, she can't.
None of the women can.
I don't think females
She got quite
can.
far in the tournament.
Yeah.
Smack.
Like Hulk, puny.
Bam! Bam, 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 bam! Well then Hulk, he could technically be an answer. He's so stupidly overpowered.
He
Only
does.
just enough.
At one point, there's a character called Trauma, and I think it's on World War Hulk, and it's in Avengers Initiative, where basically he can turn into anybody's spears, and he started turning into Hulk's fears. So he turned into his dad, turned into Bruce Banner because you're scared of yourself. And at first he seemed like a bit scared, and then he just backhands him. He goes smashing into a car, and then he's like, "Oh, Hulk has no fear." and then Hulk got sent into space. Yeah, and then comics.
How did Hulk survive space?
Just lands on a planet.
He's overpowered, but not immune to oxygen.
No, they put him in a spaceship. They just launch him into space. They're nice.
Comic logic. Nice enough to keep him oxygen.
Yeah.
Yes, we've come to the end of the show, but before we go, we have a whole big range of Y Sports cards at Playnation Games. You really need to check them out. So cute. Madoka, that I've seen
Fate Zero
Sword
Sword Art Online.
There's
and
also a limited edition discount.
Miku.
And there's a Miku one, Project Diva F.
And they've got matching pads as well.
And
Play
booster
mats.
packs. And booster packs.
And any 5 for 20. Such offer. So we've come to the end of the show now. Thanks a lot for watching. Please do carry on liking us on Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, everything. And share us and send us questions. We love your questions. They're hilarious. So see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.